This is what changes when an AI agent is not just answering. It starts to operate. In a recent security report, Sysdig described a case it calls JADEPUFFER, Agentic ransomware used for automated database extortion. That wording matters. This was not a chatbot giving bad advice in a browser window. It was an agentic workflow connected to tools, paths, and actions. And that is why this story belongs on Prompt and Error. The opening, according to the reporting, involved an exposed AI workflow surface tied to LangFlow. LangFlow is used to build AI workflows, which means the target was not just another web page. It was part of the machinery people use to connect models, tools, data, and automation. From there, the story stops being about a clever prompt and starts being about access. Because once an agent can inspect a system, choose a next step, and call tools, it can begin to behave less like a note-taker and more like an operator. That does not mean the model woke up with criminal intent. It means automation was placed close enough to real infrastructure that the difference between suggest and do started to collapse. And that is the part every builder should care about. A normal chatbot can say something dangerous. An agent with the wrong permissions can try something dangerous. That one word changes the risk. Try. The dangerous loop is simple. Look at the system. Pick an action. Read the result. Adjust the next move. Try again. That loop is useful when it is inside a sandbox. It is useful when the agent is cleaning drafts, sorting files, checking tests, or helping a human review evidence. But it is dangerous when the same loop is attached to credentials, databases, customer records, exports, billing controls, or production systems. In the JADEPUFFER report, the warning is not that every AI agent is ransomware. The warning is that agentic systems can make old attacks faster, more adaptive, and harder to treat like a simple script. A script follows a path. An agent can choose a path. That is why the boring controls suddenly matter. Narrow permissions, isolated sandboxes, proof before completion, rate limits, logging, and human approval before destructive actions. Human approval should not be a decorative checkbox after the damage is possible. It should be a real boundary before sensitive actions, deleting, encrypting, exporting, paying, publishing, or touching customer data. If an agent can reach a tool, assume one day it may try to use it. If it can read a secret, assume the secret is in scope. If it can touch production, assume production is part of the experiment. That sounds strict, but it is how useful agents survive contact with the real world. The lesson is not never use agents. The lesson is never give an agent a tool path you would not want it to take under pressure. If Sysdig's assessment is right, this is a warning shot for the whole agent era. The next security question is not only, can the model be tricked? It is, who gave it hands? Prompt and Error tracks the gap between AI demos and real-world control. If that gap matters to you, subscribe and come back for the next one.